I'm Timothy Brown, President and CEO of Roy Corporation. With me today is Mariana Bracic, President of MBC Legal.ca, a company specializing in proper written employment contracts for healthcare practitioners across Canada. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how proper written employment contracts are starting to change the landscape of the value of a professional practice. Now, Mariana, in our business as a professional business appraiser and a practice appraiser, we're seeing that more and more practitioners are starting to implement proper written employment contracts. And when we engage, when our company is engaged to appraise this practice, our client proudly displays their premise lease, their financial statements, the contracts they have with their suppliers, that everything is in proper order. And very recently, we've noticed some of our clients displaying proper written employment contracts. And one very recent case was a client who came to us and says, "Look what we've done. We have invested in our practice." And it was in fact, it was a client who had engaged your firm. So, in the process of appraising this practice, I had to stop and take a little step back to say, I think this changes the landscape and it changes the value of this practice. And in fact, our company assigned a higher valuation to this particular practice because of the investment they made with your firm. So now we're in the process of selling that practice, and we're about to actually achieve a higher sale price compared to as if that practice went to the market without your contracts. And there are many variables that affect practice value. There's hundreds of them, in fact, but your contracts in particular, I believe, are starting to change the landscape as to the value of the business. And in fact, we put a significantly higher value on the business than the cost of the client actually invested with you, and they've given me these figures. So from your perspective, I think I've made my position clear, but from your perspective, do you believe in this trend? Do you endorse what our company is doing with respect to increasing practice values? And do you think it's sustainable? And is it prudent?
Absolutely, Tim, and it sounds as if I should be raising our rates. In a rational market, it makes all the sense in the world that as a purchaser, if I'm looking at two different practices, so cateris paribus, meaning all other things are equal, but one has what we do, which is very specialized contracts and policies just for healthcare practices.
Right.
That we have spent literally years combing the case law and the legislation and all of the different things that go into employment law to pull them in together to make a package that is going to put our clients at the absolute highest legal and financial position they can be in.
Right.
It makes sense in a rational market that someone is going to pay dramatically more if they can acquire that license. Versus not, because if they don't have really high quality contracts and policies that are specialized for this purpose, there's an excellent chance that they're going to spend at least in the 5 figures, but we often see 6 figures in the 18 to 36 months post-closing.
Right.
So in a rational market, and the market's getting increasingly rational with the proliferation of information, a buyer should be willing to pay dramatically more for a properly protected practice.
As analogy, I would use the home that goes on the market for sale, the luxury home. And one has been staged and the other has not.
Exactly.
The staged home will invariably sell for more. I'm Timothy Brown, President and CEO of Roy Corporation. Mariana Bracic, President of MBC Legal.ca. Thanks for watching.